I need y'all to get your water, get your popcorn, get your soda, whatever. Support the brother over here, man. It's crazy, bro. Let's check it out. Subscribe! Candace Owens destroys Rachel Zegler over woke Snow White flop. You know, I did hear about this Snow White movie being flopped. I didn't see the movie, though. Did y'all see the Snow White movie? Because I heard it got like a 1.3 rating, which is crazy.
Weird.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Ordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
The star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public.
She was, as woke as they are.
She just sounds bitter and angry.
I don't think they're gonna buy it. I don't think they're gonna watch it. I don't think they're gonna like it.
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable.
This truly is the worst casting, maybe, in the history of the film industry.
Rachel Zegler, she's an asshole.
You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. Right. You should shut up.
Spend 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend.
Rachel is literally the star of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim, and that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad.
I truly do believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy, and she thinks it's about feminism and the patriarchy and about abortion. But the reality is she's just not stable, like the majority of people in Hollywood. They're just not stable human beings. I would highly advise that you...
Candace Owens kind of nice, man. I hit.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
caught this film, no matter how much your children love Snow White.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't...
Yeah, you could just look. You could just tell her that she's
Stupid.
that she's a deranged feminist, man. Because not to like shit on all feminists. There's some feminists with some level heads, but she looked like one of those, man. For sure. She definitely one of those. Now, I did see a clip of her shitting on a movie that she's starring in.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Why would you do that? You're supposed to promote the movie and be likable. You're a Disney princess. She's got to be the most unlikable Disney princess I've ever seen, and that's why the movie tanked.
Your business. Thanks.
They spent $170 million to make the thing, and it had the lowest opening, under $50 million, of any of these live
Damn. That's tough.
action Disney remakes that they've ever had.
And, you know the saying, go woke, get broke, and Disney's going to lose money on this movie. And I believe it only made less than $1 million in China.
If Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea.
A few lessons for Disney. Number one, stop cannibalizing all your old IP. Like, it's really bad. It's really bad business. Number two.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep going woke when they see that it's not working.
Why?
The views are going down, the ratings are going down. Why they keep wanting to go woke? The shit not working. Beating a dead horse. It's like most people don't want to see the woke shit. They just want to see the stuff they grew up with.
And that's a fact.
If you're going to make a movie based on something that's older, you got to kind of make it similar because that's what people are used to. That's what they know. I could see if this was like a new movie, but it's not. It's based off something.
Please stop changing all of the historic plots, which actually have meaning to generations of people, to instead become generic woke story about how woman leads revolutionary uprising and she don't need no man.
What if one bratty actress could tank a Disney classic before the credits even rolled? Disney's live-action Snow White was supposed to be a golden ticket. Big budget, iconic story, instant cash. Instead, it's a steaming pile of failure, and Rachel Zegler's the one holding the match. This isn't just about a movie bombing, it's about a rude, entitled star with a woke chip on her shoulder turning a fairy tale into a nightmare. From trashing the original to picking fights online, she made sure this remake crashed hard. Here's how it all fell apart.
And to constantly say things that are like just atrocious because they're looking for attention and they can never have enough of it. They can never have enough of it.
Disney thought they'd snagged a princess until the backlash hit like a brick. She could sing, sure, and she had that newbie shine, but the second the news dropped, fans flipped out. Snow White's supposed to be pale as snow, they yelled online. She'd won a Golden Globe, yeah, but this was Disney. People expect humble, not haughty.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. People want the live action to reflect the original, so they want the character to be white, like the original character. So, I mean, I get the complaint with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Little Mermaid situation, where they expected the mermaid to be white, but she was black and played by Halle. Even though Halle killed it, You know what I'm saying? Halle got a great voice and everything, but I understand why people were complaining.
Already you could smell trouble brewing.
Fans accusing Disney of inserting unnecessary feminism into classic fairy tales.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. You know,
That's literally what a lot of princesses dream about. True love and happy ever after. Isn't that what Disney is literally about? Like every Disney movie?
Yes! Yes! Original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
She didn't just grab the role, she spit on the...
Okay, so I don't know much about the original Snow White story, but did she get stalked by the prince?
No.
If y'all, for any of y'all that read the story, did she actually get stalked? Let me know.
COVID and a set fire that cost millions. Most stars would play nice, right? Not her. She went full woke warrior on the 1937 Snow White, the cartoon that made Disney a legend.
These big bad feminists now are telling us that's ridiculous. How dare you want to meet a handsome prince? And
at least don't talk bad about the thing that's paying you. She literally bit the hand that fed her. And that's why people don't like her.
Bitch, are you dumb? Pardon me? Are you dumb? I think she's dumb.
your feet and live happily ever after. No, you should want to be the prince. You should want to go out and fight the bad guys with a sword.
It's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
They have been making this film for a very long time because it's just been so scandalized. It's been, and so they had to basically put it on ice after people were firstly outraged by Rachel Zegler speaking ill about the prior film, the film that she was remaking. And it's such a weird thing for their whole pitch as feminists to be is like the best thing you can strive to be as a man. Everything will be great once we just act exactly like men. There's nothing special about being a woman. Let's just be men. It just doesn't feel like we're winning.
Yeah, they want to be leaders, ambitious. But what about being feminine? There's nothing wrong with being feminine. Being feminine can also be powerful. It's like they want to be more like men. To be more like men, they gotta downplay their femininity, which is actually crazy.
He's got a point.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
I'm sure a lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Okay, but her attitude is stink. Princess my ass.
Who are you to say all of Andrew's scenes could get cut? Like, who are you?
Oh my God.
Are you Disney? I've read your book, and I have. It's a phenomenal book. You're losing generation of loyal viewers. When you think about Snow White, what is the premise? What is the story?
It's a love story. It's a love story.
It's a dream for a girl to grow up and a man falls in love.
I'm really upset that the biggest theme here is that it's anti-men. She called him a stalker.
Fans were pissed. Who's this chick to trash our childhood? Her whole vibe screamed entitlement, like she was too good for the story she was paid to bring to life. She kept going, bragging about how the new version ditched the romance for some girl boss twist.
That's one interview clip that you read the quote from, but she's gone on to talk about this film numerous times, how she once thought Snow White was creepy, she doesn't like the prince, she thinks she should get paid more because she has to wear that dress, she should get paid for streaming, for every hour she has to wear the dress. I mean, talk about biting the hand that feeds you.
Disney fans didn't want a lecture,
Exactly.
They wanted magic. Her rude digs at a 90-year-old classic had number Not My Snow White trending fast.
I've never seen any other Disney princess in a live action act like her. They usually say the right things. They don't disrespect the original content. They get paid and promote and go about their day. But she just shitting on the shit left and right. God damn, baby. Chill.
Daddy, chill.
She might be lucky to even get casted in another role after this.
PR folks were probably sweating bullets.
Then they got even crazier and they decided that the dwarves in Snow White weren't woke enough, okay?
These are roles made for actors of my stature. I can't go out for the Harrison Ford or the George Clooney roles because that's not for me.
Right.
And now it's taken away. I don't feel that's right.
Did the dwarfs make it or no?
Well, the CGI dwarfs did. Of course, that goes back to the original contract.
Yeah, why did they do CGI when they could have just did actual dwarves?
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit. See, where Peter Dinklage, a very talented little person actor, said, why are we doing that? We've hired a Latina actress to be Snow White. That's progressive. But you're going to hire little people to play the dwarfs? That just seems like a step backwards. And then, of course, Disney instantly buckled and said, okay, we're going to add magical creatures.
One big mouth changed everything for the dwarfs. The Game of Thrones guy went off on a podcast. Why is Disney still doing this backward dwarf crap? He raged. It's 2022. Overnight, they ditched the 7 dwarfs for CGI magical creatures. Zegler, of course, had to chime in, all woke and proud. We're moving past stereotypes, she posted, acting like she'd personally saved the day.
But what is this process now where it's like in order to be inclusive, you have to completely destroy storylines, completely destroy franchises? I don't believe in that. I don't think the consumers believe in that either.
But little person actors? They were fuming. She's out here preaching while we lose jobs, one vented online. Peter's loaded, we're not.
Peter Dinklage, you're rich. We're not. We're trying to be extras, or, we're in Johnny Knoxville's Jackass if we're lucky. And so for them, they're like, you're not going to cast us to be inclusive and progressive. But these guys at Disney, they're not that bright. They're not that smart. And we see that because they can't come up with any new IP.
Leaked pics of the CGI replacements hit the web. Lame, glowing blobs that looked like dollar store toys. Fans laughed them off.
Okay, so I wasn't keeping up with this shit, but it seems like this movie was doomed. It was doomed the whole time it started, man. That's probably why they took so long. You're contemplating, oh, should we release this? Oh, should we not? It's like, fuck it, let's release it. And now it's a disaster.
Called it a slap in the face. Zegler didn't care. She was too busy posing as some progressive hero. Her entitled I know best attitude only made the mess uglier. Production was already a disaster. Delays, reshoots, money hemorrhaging, and now this. The
thing is, though, she's actually pretty. She's pretty, but her attitude is stank. Her attitude is stank. You know what I'm saying? Not worthy of a princess, for sure. Like, princesses naturally really win with just their femininity. The feminine energy naturally attracts. But she seemed like she got some issues, man. She got something going on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
It's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
It was rotting.
But you are not entitled to call for Trump supporters to be harmed. Like, you are actually not entitled to do that. And so let me just remind you, Rachel Zegler, of what the map looks like, just so you can understand when your Disney movie is coming out, how many people you are wishing harm upon. Like, this is America right now.
Her rude mouth became Disney's worst enemy. Fast forward to 2024 and Snow White was inching toward its March 2025 release. Zegler could have kept quiet, but nah, she went full diva. After the US election, she blasted Trump fans on Instagram. May you never know peace, she wrote. Burnt coffee, wet socks, screw you all.
Man, well, there goes like over 50% of the audience.
I'm a narcissist.
Did she not have a PR team? What was her PR team doing? The fuck is going on? Did her PR team not tell her to shut the fuck up? She literally just probably ruined her career with this.
It was peak entitled Brat energy, and it hit like gasoline on a fire.
I will love you through these 4 years as best I can. F Donald Trump. Yeah, totally stable thing for her to be staying, wishing harm upon Trump voters, wishing that we have no peace.
Megyn Kelly jumped on it, tearing into her on air.
And they postponed the release of this thing, Ben, for a year because their star, Rachel Zegler, was so unlikable, told all Trump supporters that they could off, excuse me, but she did. That was just in November. They didn't even know she was going to do that one. Said she hated Snow White, mocked the fact that there was a prince and that she falls in love as opposed to leaning into her own power.
This rude little punk needs to go, Kelly fumed. Disney, fire her now. The clip went viral. Millions watched Kelly rip Zegler apart. Boycotts popped off on X with fans swearing off the film over her woke tantrum. She tried a fake tears apology. I got emotional, oops, but nobody bought it.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Cry me a river. She's just exactly.
Yeah. Whatever PR team she got, they need to fire them right now because they did not help her out whatsoever. They just kind of like watched her crash. They just let her do her, huh?
Everything that we can't stand.
One comment summed it up. Her snotty attitude was tanking the movie before it even started. Disney stayed mum, but word spread they wanted her gone. Too bad filming was done. She was a walking disaster, and it was about to get messier.
Because you just can't close your mouth. You just can't be sane, even when you do open your mouth. I think this girl does not deserve a feature-length film, but rather she deserves to be in a padded cell.
You want to trash that legacy? That company that now Disney has screwed up the last 5 years trying to please a small percentage of minorities in America? Yeah, we're sick of it. So the more you do this, Disney, Iger, Rachel Zegler, whatever her name is, yes, this is exactly the backlash you're going to get from parents who have kids who are your customers. You're supposed to win parents over. You're talking to kids, the parents pay for the tickets. You have to be a dummy as a marketer to be saying, if I'm Bob Iger, you know what we're doing? Emergency meeting. We're putting Snow White on hold for 2 years, and guess what? Pay her a couple $1 million, go away. We're going to bring another person to play this role because you just screwed this thing up.
He ain't lying.
Facts. Just let's think about the people that are going to watch this. older women that grew up with the original story, right? And young girls. Young girls are going to be watching this. You think young girls, they're thinking about becoming leaders and presidents and shit like that and fighting wars and shit? No, young girls are thinking about being princesses, of living happily ever after with their prince. That's what young girls are thinking about, man. Every young girl wants to be a princess. That's who's going to watch this movie.
Stupid. Bet huge and got crushed. March 21st, 2025 came and Snow White flopped hard. Trailers were a snooze. Crappy CGI, Zegler's stiff grin, no spark. It opened to $43 million in the US with a $200 million plus budget. That's a catastrophe.
God damn, bro. They lost over $160 million. Oh, shit. Fuck. Damn, man. Damn.
Hope for $150 million minimum, counting on families and nostalgia. Nope, theaters were ghost towns, no kids in costumes, just empty seats. Critics trashed it. A woke bore once said, Zegler's Snow White is a dud, another piled on. The CGI dwarfs looked like rejects from a bad app and Godot couldn't save it.
Pause.
Fans who went hated it. Too preachy, no charm, a fairy tale gutted. Merch sat unsold, dwarf toys on clearance, gathering dust. Zegler's rude antics and woke preaching turned people off.
All these studios have to stop letting their actors loose. I mean, honestly, just shut your actors up.
Disney thought drama would sell. Instead, it cost them millions. So what's next after this flop?
Because guess what? Nobody grew up with that crap, and nobody's all that interested in it. It's very good for people to learn that women need men, and also that men need women. I don't know why this fell out of fashion, and we're not allowed to just say that sort of stuff anymore, but it actually happens to be the truth.
Hollywood's buzzing. Disney's regretting it all. The fallout's brutal. Rumors say Disney execs are freaking out. Layoffs looming. Remake plans trashed. This killed their vibe, an insider spilled. They're rethinking everything. Losses could hit $150 million with marketing factored in. Zegler's name's mud now. She's got talent, a casting pro admitted, but she's a rude mess. No one's touching her. Her woke rants and entitled attitude made her a liability. Disney's pushing it to streaming, but
wow, bro, she really just ended her career. She really just ended her career because she could not keep her mouth shut.
stench lingers. Online, she's a joke. Rachel Zegler, fairy tale wrecker.
Disney's Snow White was essentially a box office dud. The regime that decided that wokeness needed to be infused in every movie. If they keep going along this path, they're gonna go bankrupt.
This went from fairy tale to total disaster, and it's not done yet. Disney picks a cocky newbie who hates the original. She runs her mouth, rude, woke, entitled, trashing a classic, starting fights.
This is why I like rewatching older shows, guys, like shows back in the early 2000s, even the 90s. Like, I was just rewatching That 70s Show, and the jokes in that show are top tier, man. They're not afraid to like say shit about women and stuff about men, but they balance it out. If they make a joke about women belonging in the kitchen or some shit like that, then they'll say something about men to balance the joke out. That's how you make a good series, by showing both sides, having balanced jokes. It's like they're afraid to even have that nowadays, and people aren't connecting with it nowadays. That's why a lot of shows aren't doing too well. I'm seeing a comedy nowadays that's like hella funny as the shows back then.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
All you gotta do is just have good writing. If you want to write a character that's like, that people say, oh, you're the misogynist character, then you could have another side of the writing that balances his character out. That's all you gotta do, just have good writing. Because it's real life. It's real life, man. We have all these people in real life. Not everybody's like, oh, whoa, oh, this, oh, it's not every guy acts like he's a girl in real life. That is not real life. That's why people aren't really connecting with these new shows, because it's not real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jokes don't connect because it's not real life. The writing trash. The writing sucks. Sucks.
Stop it. Get some help.
You talking my language. I can't help but like